Welcome back. Vladimir Putin has made President Trump wait for over an hour before their highly anticipated phone call discussing a potential peace deal between Ukraine and Russia.
Speaking for more than 90 minutes, President Putin did agree to pause conducting strikes on Ukraine's critical energy infrastructure for 30 days, but he also asked for all foreign military aid to Ukraine to be suspended, saying it is a key condition to resolving the war.
For his insight, let's bring in former White House spokesman Pete Seat. Good morning. What more do we know about this call, Pete?
Well, we know that it is the first step in what will likely be many steps toward a peaceful resolution to this conflict. This is, I wouldn't go so far as calling it historic yet, because we don't have an absolute ceasefire and an absolute end. But these negotiations take time. It requires leaders to get on the phone and perhaps one day get in person. But this is good news moving forward.
The request to stop any military aid going to Ukraine, that is going to be a tough one to get across the line, right?
That's going to be incredibly tough. Europe will not be interested. The United States may be interested. Some aid has already been pared back and dialed back, but I think Europe is going to stand against that. Ukraine is certainly going to stand against that. We'll have to see if Ukraine even agrees to what Vladimir Putin countered with, which would be a win at this point in time for Ukraine, because their energy infrastructure has been bombarded and Ukrainians have been without power for several years now across the country.
OK, moving on. Let's look at what happened yesterday in the Middle East. The White House gave Israel the green light to end that ceasefire with Hamas. More than 400 Palestinians were then killed. What does that say about the Trump administration's position in that war?
Well, the United States has always been a strong and loyal ally of Israel, but if you're going to draw red lines or make deadlines, you have to adhere to them. And President Trump has consistently said that if Hamas does not release hostages, that there would be, quote, hell to pay. And I think this is probably part of that in saying, yeah, go for it. You have to start striking again because Hamas refuses to release Israeli hostages that they have been holding for over 3 years now.
Is the next step here, Pete, the US start to engage with their own military?
I don't think it will come to that. I think a lot of the support might be through intelligence and consultations such as this. I don't see the U.S. military getting involved in the Middle East.
OK, thanks for the wrap-up, Pete Seat, there live in the US.